Jimbo's Garage.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, today I got a pretty decent welding job coming to the shop. We've got a 6" by 8" by quarter thick wall square tube. I've got these 3/8 plates that are going to get welded on to the end right here. I'm probably going to do that. I'm going to tack all four corners with 6011 and then weld it out with a 7018. I'm going to do that probably in just a single pass around this right here. I've got two of these beams. We're going to do one of these plates on each side, and then I've got this 1" by 12" square thick plate that's going to get welded in a position like this, but farther down this beam. I've got the dimensions on the plans, and we'll get to that a little bit later. This one right here we welded out with a 4-pass. I'm going to do 4 beads, 4 passes on this right here. 7018 all the way around on that. So I'm anxious to get started. So let's do it. Okay, so we're going to be using the Everlast Power iMake 205 for this. I'm going to turn around and fire this thing up right now, and I'm going to start by just tacking all 4 corners in. I'm going to be using a 6011 for that, and so we're going to go ahead and switch this thing over to the stick mode, and I'm going to turn this down to about 85 amps or so. The arc force, we don't need much arc force, the 6011. So all right, let's go ahead and get them tacked out. Okay, so I've used my silver pencil here, and I've measured and I've marked everything out where it needs to go. This plate, this is pretty gravy job here. This thing's going to fit flush right on the end right here, and I'm going to take this strong hand magnet square, shove it right up here, put it in the lock position, and that thing is going to be held in there really nice for tacking things in. And it's just about in position right now, and as you can see, it fits nice and tight up there. Let's go ahead and get her tacked in. Okay, so I've got it all tacked in on all 4 corners. I've went ahead and switched over to the 7018, and I've got the amps. I cranked the amps up to about 132 and 35 for this. So we're going to go ahead, and this is going to be a single pass weld, so I wanted to crank the amps up a little bit and get this thing burned in pretty good. So let's do it. So I've got the one side welded out, getting ready to weld out the other side right here. But I want to talk a little bit about what I got, some safety equipment here. I've got these fine gloves from BSX. These things are super comfortable. I got extra padding in here, and I haven't had, I mean, it just seems like you can just weld and there's no heat coming through here at all. These things are super nice, long sleeves. And I got these sleeve covers from Lincoln Electric. You know, it's super hot here in Southern California most all the time, and you know, welding in the shop, it gets hot, and it's just tough for me to wear a jacket all the time. So wearing short sleeves and these nice sleeve protectors right here really helps out a lot. And of course, the Jackson Baldry helmet. Awesome helmet. I can't say enough about that. So all right, let's get this side welded out and try to finish this plate out. Do it. Okay, so I'm also, I didn't know if I told you, I'm using this Tweeko twist lock grip right here for the stinger lead. I really like these versus the conventional ones. You just put it in, twist it, and you're able to bend the electrode any way you want. Pretty cool, I really like it. All right, let's do it. Okay, I got a little trick for you guys. Something I learned from a fellow YouTuber, Jody Collier over at weldingtricksandtips.com. PAM for splatter. I've personally never used it, but I'm noticing I'm getting quite a bit of splatter here. Probably running into high amps on this thing. So I'm gonna give it a try, and we'll see how it works. Okay, I got a fresh 7018 in here. Let's let her fly. Oh, I like it. Ooh, look at that. Well, there you go. That looks pretty clean right there. Okay, so I went ahead and got 4 tacks on this plate right where it needs to be. And so I've changed the settings. I got my 7018 in here right now. We're gonna go ahead and start the first of 4 passes on this big plate. All right, let's do it. Okay, I'm having to restart here. I ran out of electrode about halfway through, so on the restart right here, first of all, as you know, 7018s, restarting is horrible. That's why I got a file right here and just file the flux off the end and exposing the electrode here. It makes for an easier restart. I'm gonna wanna strike the arc in front of the puddle here, and then once the arc is initiated, I'm gonna move it back into the puddle and then start going forward again. Let's do it. There we go. That's the 4th and final pass. Lay it in there. Looks pretty darn good. Okay, well, we got this thing flipped on the side right here. We got this big 1-inch plate welded out on the 2 short sides. Now we got the long side to go here. We got a pretty big gap right in here. So this may even turn out to be a 5-bead pass here. It depends on how this thing lays in here. So we got a lot of welding ahead of us. I'm just gonna go ahead and just lay them all in here until I'm happy with everything. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we got started welding this 1-inch thick plate on here, and it took a lot more than what I thought. It was a really big gap. I ended up laying 10 passes in here, 7 passes with the 1/8 inch 7018 and 3 passes of the 5/32. And it took a long time. It took a lot of metal, but I can assure you this thing's not going anywhere. And as you can see at the very end, at the finished product, turned out pretty good. So here's the finished product. We got them primed up, and I ended up having to weld some 1/2-inch bolts on the sides of each one of these. They're going to be installing a 2x10 beam on both sides. It's going to be for some wood framing for this I want to say barbecue cover. That's what these beams are for. So you can see we took them down, got them installed. This is what they look like. I built the block columns and we installed these beams on the top, and it's going to be a wood structure that's going to provide shade for this barbecue center. So there it is. Everybody was happy. It was a good project for me. Everything turned out well. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.